got money.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one
Who just filed for bankruptcy.
I'm the one
Who didn't pay my taxes.
I'm the one
Me.
I'm the one
Who masturbated in front of children.
I'm the one
Who got 4th place at Evo.
I'm the one
Me.
Yeah, boy.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Murray, and in today's video, I want to point out the fact that today DSP likes to say and sit here and brag all the time that he's a variety streamer, and you know I play all sorts of games. But it's like, if you really think about it, have you really seen DSP play a lot of multiplayer games or games that involve other human like interaction? Unless it's like Street Fighter, you know? And then that kind of latches on to another point, that DSP nowadays, he likes to play games that he thinks that he is good at. And I think after kind of the waxing he got in Elden Ring, the way he got manhandled in Halo. Oh, low-key, go look at my playlist. I got to play some matches with DSP in Halo. He is trash. Like, you know, that's the point. He's just trash at any other kind of game unless it's super old or it's retro, and he's gonna sit here and make excuses about how there's no new releases. Bro, if he actually put into work and he's an actual variety streamer, he would find so many games made by indie devs, like V Rising on Steam. He could be playing that, having fun, genuine fun. Oh, but he doesn't play MMOs. Oh, sorry. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how is he's gonna be stuck on level 1 for the rest of his life? Period. So yeah, let's get into it. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's have some fun, my friends.
Variety this week. Although admittedly you might say, well, everything Phil's playing is retro. You're right. There's nothing new out right now. There's nothing to play that's even a newer game. They're all retro throwback releases in the last few weeks, whether it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge last week, Sonic Origins and the Capcom Fighting Collection this week, me finishing up my Skyrim playthrough, continuing on with Castlevania Anniversary Collection. It's all throwback stuff, right? And that's perfectly fine. I really appreciate those of you who are here chilling with me every single day for no matter what I'm playing, right? Right now we are in a Retromania mode, and there's not much that can be done about that. All 4 nominations and votes, which we will talk about right now. Why not just get it out of the way, since this is something very pertinent that we need to talk about and get people engaged in, okay? So, for the last 3 weeks, you guys have been nominating games for a Viewer's Choice event. Now, what is Viewer's Choice? Well, what it is you guys nominate games for me to do a full playthrough of here on my streams and, of course, on demand on YouTube. That will go over the course of, say, the summertime. And the summertime is the perfect time to do Viewer's Choice because there's so few new releases. In particular, July is almost a completely dead month. So, obviously, July is a really great month to be doing something like this, right? And so, both viewers and members, channel members, people who would become a channel.
So I hope you guys are noticing from this is my take. He's playing a lot of retro games, not because there's not a bunch of new releases. There's a bunch of games he could be playing. If he's a so-called variety streamer, he would work a little harder to find a game to play, but you know, he's just gonna fall back on the things he knows and fills them with nostalgia and games that he thinks he's really, really good at. So he's gonna stick to retro until a really big AAA release that he can milk tips off of comes through. And then his little votes he does, you know, for a game to play, he always ends up just picking whatever he wants to play, like every single time. So it's like, if you're a fan of DSP, you tip, you support him, you literally support this man's way of life. And, you know, you have a chance to vote, and then he turns around and gives you some excuse as to why, you guys wanted this, but I'm gonna play I'm Fish. I'm gonna play this instead, because, and he comes up with some stupid excuse.
And elaborate and clear the air, right? Yes, there were some games that were nominated that were just not eligible. I told people, I don't do MMOs. I don't do online multiplayer experience games. I don't do, excuse me, certain franchises and certain games that I've totally written off and said that I wasn't interested in. So if you nominated any of those, you wasted your time. But I've explained this a million times. I've tried to put it in the rules as much as I can, but some people just don't listen. For example, people trying to say, oh, play Catherine Full Body. Catherine, the game that when I played it as a new release over 10 years ago, I hated it. I loved the plot. I liked the anime-ish art style because at that time I had never played a Persona game or anything like that. So I thought it was kind of unique. It was like an anime that's also a game. Gameplay of that game. I never want to play it again. I toughed my way through it the first time. Why would I want to go back and play a puzzle game that I know I didn't enjoy and don't ever want to touch again? So every idiot who nominated it, I mean, boy, I don't know what to say. You just don't listen. Okay? And a few people, oh, play old school RuneScape. Okay, no, I'm not playing MMOs. I've already explained a million times why that's not viable with trolling and other issues. It's just not going to happen.
I swear, he's a terrible streamer. Like, you know, I'm not a great streamer by any stretch of the hand, but I can honestly say I'm a variety streamer. You know, you'll catch me playing probably a VR game. I got my VR headset over there. I got a bunch of stuff to play and try out. I play MMOs, I play RPGs, JRPGs, all of it. Literally all of it. Except for like puzzle games. I don't really like puzzle games. But, I don't know. That's probably the one admirable trait of DSP. You know, if he really doesn't want to play something, you know, he's like, nah, I'm not going to play it. But at the same time, you already know he's doing it because it's mostly because he thinks he's not going to get money for it. So, man, he is so funny. He's not a variety streamer. I don't think he's even a real gamer, man. That's crazy.
There was a million different nominations. Let me tell you, oh my God. I think both on the member side and the viewer side, there was over 100 unique nominations that I had to sift through, okay? Some commonalities, definitely, and some games that came this close to being nominated. If they got like one more nomination, they would have made the final poll. But once the dust cleared...
When the dust cleared, I picked what I thought would be more viable for the business.
This one game did get eliminated, even though maybe it could have been viable originally when it had been announced and we had been talking about it, but since the game has since been released and we know what it is, it's not viable anymore. The game I'm talking about is Mario Strikers Battle League. This is a game that I was actually going to play as a new release in June, but we found out as it was being released, they didn't put any real single player content into the game. There's no story mode, there's no campaign. It's just, oh, if you want to go through like an arcade style mode, like it's an arcade game, you can do that, but there's no point because there's no story to it. Or you just play people randomly online. It's well and good, but what if you don't necessarily like competitive soccer or football and you wanted to play it as a first party Nintendo game? Oh, well then I'm not bothering with your game. Like it's actually like lack of effort. They didn't put any offline content in the game. Reminds me of Street Fighter V's launch. So,
I don't know, I'm 50-50. I'm like, if the gameplay slaps, like literally, if the gameplay slaps so good, then, and I put it as this, a $60 game. If I get 60 hours worth of like gameplay and it was actually fun, then it was good. Like honestly, Elden Ring's one of the greatest games I've ever played because of what? 3, almost 4, I think I have 700 hours in that game. I have to double check. But like for $60, yo, that's value. But that's the thing, DSP's just thinking about how much he could get in tips. Like, oh, and you don't have any single player content. Yeah, things, you know, he can meander and make a bunch of videos. His whole thing is he wants to be able to make a bunch of VODs that he can like put ads and stuff on. You know, he's trying to come up with as many ways to soak up money as he can. And if he's sitting here getting his butt spanked in multiplayer lobbies all day, it ain't looking too hot, you know? He's just another old man that can't play video games, and I think that's starting to smack him in the back of the head. As much as his ego's inflated, he's finally realizing, oh, I'm old, I suck, like the trolls are multiplying in number and I can't stop them. I need this to be as easy as it can be until Social Security can hit.
I buy a full price $60 Nintendo game just to play it a few times online. I'm not going to play it like Street Fighter. I'm not going to put tons of time and effort into learning it and trying to play it competitively. And I also don't even like soccer. So why in the holy hell would I care about this game? So some people did nominate it, but the thing is, I checked and all the nominations were actually before the game even came out. No one knew what the game was. By the time the game came out and everyone knew what it was, people didn't really care anymore. So now, here's what made the poll. I'll actually bring it up because I want to read live. I want to read what some of the polling results currently are. So first of all, members, people who are channel members, all right, nominated Batman Arkham Asylum Remastered from the Return to Arkham collection that I purchased several years ago. If you remember, it was the summer of 2020, was it?
No, we're not doing this. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit so we can end this video. I am so sick of this old man in his rocking chair just slipping into nostalgic ether dreams. Oh, I don't have the patience for it today, I swear.
That collection, it also included Batman Return to Arkham Asylum Remastered. And so I always said, hey, whenever you guys wanted it, I'm down for that. You know, let's see what happens. And, you know, some people have mentioned it over time, but it is what it is. You know, finally now, the members nominated that more than any other game. So, that is the members' choice pick. If that does win this viewer's choice poll, that'll be played on PS5. Of course, it'll be the PS4 version, upscaled to PS5. Will it run any better? I don't know. It would be nice if it did, but there you have it, okay? Now, the second game, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. And the reason I think that this one got added to the mix is because recently we were going through the Nintendo Switch online as I was playing some retro games over there. If you remember recently, I just played The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, right? I think people really liked that playthrough and had a nostalgic feeling about it. In addition, as I revealed to everyone, I have never played Zelda 2 at all. Zelda 1 I played a little bit of over the years. I think I actually owned Zelda 1 on like Game Boy Advance at one point. I never beat it, never did a playthrough of it. But Zelda 1 is pretty much more of the same of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, top-down action.
Man, I swear to God, I hate it. When DSP says he's a variety streamer, he is lying and he is full of it, okay? He only plays games he wants to play, or games that are mainstream games. He's an old man. Imagine like your dad doesn't know what you're interested in. Like for Christmas, you say you want a Naruto video game because you're into Naruto, and then he comes up and gives you like, I don't know, God of War, because he just knows that's one of the I heard from all the articles, or The Last of Us Part 2. I heard this is the greatest piece of art, son. Here you go, Merry Christmas. And you're sitting here like, I didn't want this. That's DSP. You know? And that's why you don't see him playing too many, like, games with other people that involve other humans. Because he always blames the trolls, of course. Because of the trolls. No, it's because he knows he'll get slapped and just dicked around all the time. Because he sucks. Just period. It's time for him to get a Walmart job, you know, as a greeter, something easy, like a mailroom job or something, and chill, you know, and let Kat get some kind of restaurant job and let her, you guys just chill, be regular human beings. Or I don't know, just fucking go and be a bum under an overpass, 'cause there's no difference at this point. But yeah, that's it. I wanted to point that out. DSP is not a variety streamer at all. Furthest thing from it. He's not even a real streamer, if you ask me. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's make fun of our boy Dave in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.